Hello, Becca. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, baby. Come on, skin and hair.
Thank you.
So, are you here for dating?
Um, Maybe some advice.
Okay. So, what's your question tonight?
So I am dating. I have a boyfriend,
Ooh, okay.
and yeah, we've been going through some trials lately. Okay, I just want to know if I'm bugging or should I just chill out. We've been going through a lot of conflict lately. I don't know why. I think we're just going through some trials. Most recently, so I am that girl that will go through his phone. I go through his phone openly. He knows that. It's like, I don't know. From day one, I was never like secretive about that. So recently, I had his phone in my hand and I wasn't actually snooping. I was just, just scrolling through the phone. And I seen that he texted a female who's his friend at like three something in the morning. Well, she texts him, like, "Hey, are you up?" And he responded, and then from there a phone call was made. So I questioned him about it right then and there, and of course, at first he was deflective, dismissive of it and everything, and because he's like, we work together and everything like that. And plus, he clarified that they work together, and she was calling to vent about a dude that she's talking to. But I'm like, well,
At
why are
3 in the
you?
morning, at 3 in the morning, and he's getting up to
Yeah,
answer, that's an emotional connection.
yeah, and I'm like, so why are you her go-to? Like, what? And this is not the first like rodeo with that situation. It's like why are you her person? Like, you should only be my person. So after still talking about it, he did apologize and he took accountability for it, and I accepted, but I realized I wasn't over it. I think it was yesterday. We were sitting next to each other, and I seen like a little icon, and I was like, "Hey, what's that?" And he kind of like snatched the phone away, and he was like, basically like, from now on, I don't want us going through each other's phones anymore because he feels like I'm showing signs of insecurity and things like that. And I'm like, well, I was always going through your phone before. Just because I seen that, now you're saying, well, now you don't want to go through phones anymore because you see that caused a conflict. And
What was the icon? What was it?
I don't know. It was just like something random. I really just genuinely wanted to know, hey, what's that? And I was just like, oh, what's that? And he just, was like, no, I already said we're not doing that anymore. And I was like, I don't agree to that. I don't agree to the fact that we're setting those type of rules based on the fact that I seen something I didn't appreciate.
How old are you again, Becca?
I'm 28.
Yeah, no. No, 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 no. That type this is 22, 21 behavior. No. We almost hitting that 30 mark. No,
Yeah, and
no,
he's
no,
he's
no, no.
older. He's older. He's
No.
34.
Yeah.
Um,
He knows
but
exactly what he's doing then. It's a no. It sounds like there's some type of emotional connection between him and that girl at work.
and my intuition tells me that,
Hmm.
but it's like, if anything, I think she likes him,
And he likes her
or
because he
she's
got
seeing
out the
him
bed
as
and
something.
called her. He got out the bed and called her.
No, she called him.
But he
Well,
got up and
I don't know who
answered.
called him. Yeah, he answered.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so you falling asleep on the phone? Whether like, I don't get
Yeah,
it.
that's an emotional connection, which I think can be far worse than a physical one. Because if someone has you like a spell on their mind, if I get you emotionally, you're not going anywhere.
Not the
Hold on.
first rodeo.
Physical could be one and done. I'm not saying that's not bad. That's bad. Physical could be one and done. But if a man is attached emotionally, this it's hard. That's gonna be hard to break away from.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like making excuses for him, but he is, and he, for the most part, he is an honest man. He's a really, really great man. It's just for some reason when it comes to that, it's just weird situation.
Rebecca, if he was a great man, you wouldn't have to go through his phone. You wouldn't even have to check through his phone from
But
the
that's what he
beginning.
says. He said he makes it seem like that's my issue, like because he knows that I really do have trust issues. Like I really don't trust anybody, like not just men, just in general. Like
Yeah.
I'm on edge when it comes to everybody. So it's kind of like his way of trying to force me to trust him by saying we're not going through phones anymore, and it's not gonna work with
But
me.
to me, I don't, in relationships, I get it. Like we need to trust our partner. But the bigger thing for me is you don't know you're the prize. Because if you knew, you wouldn't even be worried about, oh, trust and this and that. It's, I'm that girl. So you ain't talking to no other girl. You ain't going no place. Because I'm that girl.
Yeah,
That's what it really boils down to.
yeah. I'm kind of feeling like I need to show you better than I can tell you. I've been really great to him. Like very like there's never been an issue where he had to question anything about me.
Yeah, he knows
So
that you're always in his phone. That's why he ain't gotta question you. He know you checking on him. He ain't checking on you. That makes
yeah, and
sense.
that's what he says. He says like I don't check your phone. Like I trust you fully. And I think it's because I've been very transparent.
I think you're still emotionally, of course you are. You're emotionally invested in your relationship, but I
Yeah.
don't think you're at a point where you're like, I know I'm the prize. I ain't gonna worry about him. He ain't going nowhere. Like I'ma just focus on me, do what I gotta do. Like I think you're more invested. Like what do they got going on? Trying to get to the bottom of it. Looking up her Instagram. Looking through. Trying to check
I
if
mean,
he's
well,
sleeping.
I mean, I know the girl, like, and she's like always showing love to me and stuff like that, which I find kind of weird.
She should be intimidated. Like, ooh, that girl is bad. I don't even wanna. I don't even wanna. Not saying she can't say hi, but she is. I can't even. Ain't no way I could play with her. No.
That I mean, that's crazy because that's the energy I get from her. But at the same time, it's like I told him like you open these doors, like you haven't set a boundary because she does show some type of intimidation when it comes to me. However, because she's expressed that to like their mutual friends, like, oh, I don't think she likes me and stuff like that. But at the same time, why is she comfortable even texting you at that time? And they all know that,
Why does
there's
it matter
nights.
whether I like you or not? It doesn't matter. You're the coworker. It really doesn't matter. Whether she doesn't, you don't. Y'all don't need to like each other. There's
Yeah.
no liking or anything. It should be cordial. Hey, hello, and that's it. Like, and for
Yeah.
her to she text him that, like, oh,
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like their mutual friend group. They know that he spent nights with me and stuff like that. So who's to say he wasn't like laying right next to me at 3 in the morning and you texting my man and he's like dumb enough to even respond? Because there's been times where it was like say midnight and like she would call because they work in like the film industry, so it's like no work hours. So, he'll be like, well, I don't know what she's calling about. It's probably, work related or something. And I'm like, you better not answer. Like, I don't care who's calling. It's
I
bedtime.
think she does it because he made it okay. Since he made it okay for her to cross that boundary, now
Hmm.
she's like, okay, well, it can't be nothing serious, or he must not love her for real, or he like me more. So I don't gotta respect this relationship. I don't gotta respect their relationship. I don't have to. I can call anytime I want. And she must also think that you must be okay with it because he's answering and responding.
No, I mean, I would say she doesn't give like, like rah rah, like, confrontational type of girl. But at the same time, women can be very, malicious. Um,
He playing the
Prior
game.
to that. Hmm?
He's playing the game.
That's what I said. And it's like prior to that, I think like a week or ago or two, he had my car at the time. Yeah, we swapped and he had my car. And I think I was in my feels about something and he ended up dropping me to work. Before I got out the car, I looked in the back seat just randomly and I seen a piece of equipment in the back seat and it happened to what is this? I was like, and mind you, he's not like clear infidelity has never been an issue with us. Like he's not like a cheating man or anything. Like to actually go sleep with someone. But I was like, what is this? And long story short, come to find out it was the same girl stuff. And I was like, why did you have people in my car? Because I'm very strict about that. Like, if you know you're using my car that day, like we swap, I don't want anyone in my car. I don't want your crew in my car, none of that. And he was like, oh, well, you know, we loaded up the car and everything, and then they took everything out. But I'm like, okay, but this one piece of equipment got left behind. And I was like, there, she wanted me to see that. And he defended it and he was like, no, he got very defensive to,
There's something
get
going on.
industry.
If it's not said, they're definitely flirting, or it's almost about to cross that line, or cross that line just a little bit. I'm not saying sag, but something, some type
I
of
think I
hardcore
think what it
flirting.
is, I think what it is before I came in the picture, because he knew her just shortly before he met me. I think perhaps it's never been asked or talked about, but I think perhaps they may have had a spark prior to me that was very, very short lived. And then I came in the picture and just, knocked her out the park.
Yeah, but the thing is, it could be. This is how I feel two things. Because I think the guy is gonna get in a relationship with the girl that he wants. So even if you came shortly before, shortly after, if he wanted to be in a relationship with her, he would have, right?
Hmm.
So he's in a relationship with you, but maybe he felt like, okay, maybe I could get around just messing with her still. This girl seemed like the type that I could still mess with if I make this girl the girlfriend. It could be that too. Yes, I can have my cake and eat it too. It's giving that energy.
So I've been leaning more towards just falling back.
I don't believe you.
No, I mean I am leaning more towards that. I am. He the tables have turned because in the beginning he was kind of quick to just be like, okay, forget it, like throw in the towel. But now he's kind of not trying to let things go. Like he keeps showing up, even though I keep asking for space and wanting to, I'm showing clear signs that I want to, some space.
Okay, so how many days has it been since you guys given each other space?
Zero. I mean, I came home not too long ago and um she was here and I was like, "What are you doing here?" But he had to come get something and he left.
Now that he's gone, you're thinking about it. But still, it's like it's space, but you're still thinking about it. Like, let me call my friends, let me call into Ash and say, what's going on? What should I do? So
Like
what do you want to do?
I'm not doing.
My question to you, Becca, is what do you want to do? Ultimately, what do you want to do?
As of right now, I want space between us.
I was gonna say, is one of the thoughts in your mind, if I give him space, what if he gets with this girl? So I really don't want to give it space. Is that a thought at all?
No, I don't think. Honestly, I don't think they'll ever get together.
Okay. Um, okay.
Like she's not she's not for him. Like
If there's an emotional connection, it don't matter what she look like.
not based on looks. It's just that like the type of relationship that we've had, like we've like became very serious very soon. I've just exposed him to a lot more than he's ever been exposed to. And like I really take care of him as a woman and he doesn't know anybody else that's gonna come in and, fill those shoes.
But what do you mean
So
take
I'm
care?
not worried about it.
What do you mean
Like
take care of him?
like, cook, clean, wash clothes, all that stuff. Like he's not and he's been in very long relationships and things like that. Like
And
his past relationship is 9 years and he never got that type of treatment. And the girl in question, like she's a young girl, like she's not.
but but she's
She may
younger.
be good for a good time.
This is my advice to you, Becca. If we do all the wifely things without the ring, what's the point of ever putting on the ring? Of course, he's not going to go anywhere because, you're comfortable. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're checking his phone, you're letting him borrow your car. He has no reason. He knows you're not going to go anywhere. Again, not knowing you're the prize. Not knowing you're the prize. And she's younger, which means she's a little, probably a little bit more naive to certain things. Of course,
Yeah.
she's not going to cook and clean. She wants to be taken care of. She wants to be driven around. She wants to be picked up. Oh, I don't know. Oh my God, this is a new place in town. He gets to show her new things, and you're showing him new things. So he's showing her all the things you showing him.
Yeah.
Too young and too beautiful. And at 22, oh yeah, they already kissed or kissed on the neck or made out in the car. Something went down already. I'm not saying all the way, but something went down.
I'm saying that's why I'm like, okay, well, I guess I gotta show you. He feel like I'm just being delusional. He's trying to force me to trust him and all that, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, because my whole thing is like, you can't create a rule based on the fact that I found something. Now you're saying, okay, well, let's not go through phones. If it was just something that came up casually, like, you know what, let's create these boundaries, perhaps. But being that it was in the moment of me seeing that, I'm like, no, that just don't sit well with me.
And at this point, you shouldn't even be talking. You should just be doing. Just do it. No more talking. No more, oh, babe, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. No, you've already tried that. Again, he knows you're comfortable. He knows you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're doing all of the things without the ring. You're doing all of the things. You're showing him new things. You're doing this and that. And he still ended up with someone younger who ain't got much life experience that he can show something to. Why will he ever have to thing a wife does? Why? Why would he ever have to go anywhere if you're making it so comfortable for him?
Yeah. Even if we weren't to create space, I did tell him that I'm cutting back. I'm cutting back on a lot of things.
But that's what I'm saying. If you cut back, you have a fear that he's gonna go somewhere else. If you feel like you cutting back.
No, because really and truly, like honestly, I told him like, okay, well, I can't. It sounds dumb, but I was like, if I can't go through your phone, like if we creating these wild rules out of nowhere, I was like, okay, well, I'm no longer sleeping with you because
That's
I
what I
didn't
said.
like.
That's what I mean by cut back. If you cut back on that, on seg, is what I'm saying. Do you have a fear he's gonna sleep with her?
No,
Becca, you're not being honest with me. Okay.
truly, honestly, don't think he's gonna sleep with her.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I don't. That's not a high chance.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere else. Maybe someone else random, but I don't think it'll be her.
No, no, no. It could be, oh, it's not her, but they end up linking up after you saying you want space, you want to break up. They just end up linking up. He go pick her up. They go have a drink. They get back in the car. Yeah, my girl, she just don't trust me. She don't this, she don't that. Next thing you know, oh,
It's always a possibility.
but I'm saying this is how these things go. Now she's looking at him like, you're so trustworthy. You're amazing. Don't worry about it. She got perfume on. The moonlight is hitting the car right that night, child. And just like that, they find themselves in a compromising position. That's all I'm saying.
And that's exactly what I told him. I was like, as honest of a man as you are, it's a simple fact that he is a very friendly type of person and stuff like that. And he like making people feel so, so secure and things like that. And I was like, that's my issue because you keep being the go-to person for everybody, you're going to end up in a compromising situation and you're not going to know what to do. So
Yeah, but he's
why
grown.
would
He
you even
knows
put yourself
better.
in that?
He
Hmm?
knows he knows better. He knows better. And if she's younger, he could play her just a little bit better. I'm being honest. You seem like you know a
Yeah,
lot, like
absolutely.
you know. So
Yeah,
since you
absolutely. And
know,
it's like I really don't play those type of games because if we really being honest, I think he does whether he knows it or not, because he really truly doesn't admit to it. I think he really is a master manipulator, but it just doesn't work with me because I've prior to me working on being a submissive type of woman, I was a very dominant, strong-minded woman, and it's like I've been through a lot growing up, so it's like you can't play those type of games on me whatsoever.
the thing is, Becca, if it didn't work, we wouldn't be here talking, Becca. If it didn't work, so it is working because you checking his phone, and you like, I don't know if I should break up with him or move on. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a submissive woman, but that's for your husband. That's
Mm,
for your husband. This is not for boyfriend. This is not for boyfriend. You could still be submissive and say, "Oh, good morning, baby." That doesn't mean you're yelling and cursing him out. "Oh, how's your day, baby?" "Oh, that's great." "All right, I'm gonna head to work. You have a great day." You could still be soft and feminine and all of the things. Doesn't mean you're going to 10. Doesn't mean you're cursing him out. Doesn't mean you're telling him what to do. You're still allowing him to be a man. You're still allowing him to do all the manly things. That's amazing. But to be hand over foot, to be scrubbing floors, to be out here cooking until your back hurt, and he's sitting in the car, in your car with another woman that's 4 years younger than you, 21, 22. No, baby. No. No. And if you've been through a lot, you should know better, Becca.
yeah.
So you have to decide when you're ready, ready. When you ready. And honey, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell all the 30 plus girls here, okay? And don't start 30 plus girls, 40 plus girls. At 28, you getting closer to 30. When 30 hits, when the clock strikes 12 a.m. and you hit 30, something's going to just switch off in your mind. I want my eggs cracked. I want my last name dropped. I'm not messing with you. It happens literally the moment you turn 30. So before you hit 30, I want you to get it together very quickly, young lady.
Mm,
Very, very quickly.
yeah. And that's well to interject. I do have kids. He doesn't have any kids, and he's, got heavily involved like in my boys' lives and stuff like that. We talked about kids or whatever, but I mean, he's the one who, time is taking for him.
Oh, he doesn't
Um,
have kids.
mm-mm.
That changes the game a little bit. Okay. And did y'all have that conversation? I don't know. I think he's playing. He's playing. Because now he's also thinking, okay, she's doing all the things. She's being submissive. He knows you want to be a wife. He knows you want to be married. He knows you already have kids. He already knows that you look at him as a good man. Like, this is a good man. He got things going on for himself. So he's using that to his advantage. Just a bit. I do feel that way.
Yeah,
Does
me
this
too.
girl have kids? Does the younger girl have kids?
No, she doesn't have kids. So he's like a dad, a new time dad, like with my boys. But other than that, like he's not around any other kids.
So that changes the game a little bit, you know? That changes the game.
And I think it because I like just some of the comments that I've seen. I think he does know that I really do, want to settle down with a good man and stuff like that. And I've expressed that. And he knows that I've completely, let go of my old ways and stuff like that. Cause I
I said
mean,
that. But you do that for your husband. I know you watched, you learn to be more, softer, gentler, more submissive and things like that. And that's great. But because he knows that, I think he's using that to his advantage. He's like, okay, she has 2 kids already. And sometimes I think it's not the right way to think, but guys look at women who have kids already like, oh, okay, well, you gonna take what you can take. I think that's how some guys, if you listen to these men online, and I'm not saying you're not valuable, you are not enough. I'm not saying that. But that's how these men talk. Like, okay, whatever, you got kids already. You getting older. You almost close to 30. So I feel like he's using that to his advantage. And now he's almost like, okay, take it or leave it. And I'm answering her call at 3 a.m. And I'm 35. I got it going on. I'm that guy. And I think you know that about him. I think you've thought that thought, like, this is what he's thinking about me. Not that you're
Yeah.
not amazing, but
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think with all that, I think he has wrapped his mind around the fact that I've just gone above and beyond, and he doesn't want that treatment to stop, so he just keeps me wrapped around.
Yeah, and the treatment needs to stop. It needs
Yeah.
to stop. But now that you told me what you told me, it's like I think part of that fear is like for you is I've invested so much, and what if I don't find someone else like him?
I mean, yeah, it's always that. So like I said, we have progressed a lot. Like we've invested a lot. Families became intertwined and things of that sort. So, but I mean, like I said, we've tried, and I told him a long time ago, we're gonna need like some type of mediator, stuff like that, because we literally at first the communication was great, but now it's like we're not getting anywhere. We just keep going in circles.
Yeah, but mediator for
Mhm.
boyfriend? No, not for boyfriend. For boyfriend mediator. For boyfriend.
Yeah.
Boyfriend who's in the car with another woman, Becca, though. Come on, Becca. Becca. I could see if he wasn't in the car and you wasn't checking his
I don't know.
phone.
I hate to. I really, really don't like to make it seem like I'm defending, his actions, because I let him have it. But it wasn't just him and her. It was like him. It was the whole crew. But like I said, the reason I know is because why did she leave her stuff in my car? Like, why was no one else's stuff left in the car but that?
Right. Yeah, and if that was the only thing left, even if it was the whole crew, it was a reason to go back and see her. That's what that feels like. And say, oh, she
Yeah.
left it in the car. Let me go back and drive it to her real quick, babe. When you're ready, Becca. When you're ready. When you're ready. When enough is enough. When enough is enough. When you are tired, that's when you'll throw in the towel. But I don't think you're ready.
I
I
have.
think it's just
Like I
your
said, I have been
feelings.
feeling that,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna just have to stand on it.
That's fair.
Yeah,
All right, Becca, keep us updated.
I will. Thanks so much for the advice.
Mhm. When enough is enough, she'll leave. When enough is enough. When enough is enough. I think when you're in something, everyone on the outside can tell you this is not good for you. You should go, you should go. But if you're not ready, it doesn't matter what we say, what advice we give. And I think part of that fear for her is like, I have kids. I've invested in you so much. I gave so much of my energy and my time. I do want marriage. I'm not trying to leave. Like, I'm on these apps. These girls are out here. They staying, they sitting at the bar. They're cute. They're younger. They're this, they're more, they're that. And they ain't finding nobody, child. So I'ma just stay right over here. That's what that it feels like a little bit. Mm-hmm. Women leave stuff purposely. Yeah, not only to mark their territory, but also to say, hey, pick me up. And if she's younger than her and she's 28 and she's saying, this woman is not going to do all of the things that I'm doing, yeah, she's not. Of course she's not. Because at 24, at 22, they're like, what do you need energy? Help me energy. I need help. I can't lift this thing. Show me new places energy. And he likes that because maybe he can feel more like a man with her. She needs help. Help me. The guy just left me. Please help me. I don't know what to do. Oh, I left my bag. Can you help me? That's the energy he wants. He feels like a man. He feels like he can lead her. Miss 28, you holding it down too much. You holding it down way too much. You need more damsel in distress energy. You need to stop checking his phone. Like, that's a no-no. Like, once you gotta start doing that, the relationship is just, because I feel like without trust, there's no love. Like, the two can't coexist together. You can't not trust me and love me. Like, without trust, there's no love. There's no such thing.